Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to take a look at leveling a concrete pool deck. This is a throwback to the very first YouTube video that I had ever made, except this time I'm going to take you through the entire process, step by step. So let's get into it. Okay, but before we roll that intro, I need you guys to do something for me. I need you to hit that subscribe button. The channel's been going crazy over the last 9 months. I've got about 110,000 views, but only 470 subscribers. So hit that button, help out the channel. Now let's roll the intro. So over time, my pool deck has settled quite a bit here. Probably somewhere in the vicinity of about 4 or so inches. So here's the thing, on your pool deck, you're supposed to have a little bit of a slope to it, okay? The intent is that water, rain, things like that are gonna be able to run away from the pool surface. But again, you're looking for a shallow pool deck like this, somewhere probably around 3/4 to 1 inch of drop off. If we take a look at my pool deck, I'm probably closer to 4 inches, okay, so it's pretty steep. If you put a beer can on the side or just really any kind of container, it'll pretty much fall over on this side of the deck. The opposite side of the pool that I had taken care of, I was able to get that to about 2 inches or so. And I'm okay with that because it's true to the majority of my big slabs where my diving board or where my stairs are. So the goal is to take the opposite side, the skimmer side. I'm gonna get that entire side leveled up. I'm trying to bring it up net about 2 inches, okay? And I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about here. All right, so this side I had leveled a few years ago, so let's just see where we're at here. Now, if I look at where the bubble is, hopefully the camera's gonna pick this up for you guys. We are just about at the 2 inch mark for where it's level. So again, this side's held up quite well. Let's see what the other side's like. Okay, so just to give you guys an idea of how bad it is on this side, if you guys watch the bubble there, we're gonna see when it gets to the middle, it's probably gonna be pretty close to, yeah, almost 3 3/4 of an inch pretty much. So that's how bad the slope is on this side here. So you can see how important it is that we get this leveled properly. Okay, so with that said, it is time to get to work. So this guy's gonna be your best friend. And what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to trench all the way along the pool deck. Now, I typically go about the depth of the spade shovel and about 2 shovels wide, and you're gonna find out why in just a minute. Okay. So as you guys can see, we almost got this entire section trenched out now. Once we get to the end, I'll grab the camera and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do next. Okay, so we've got the trench already dug. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go through with just a flat shovel. I'm gonna start cleaning it out. I basically need to get the trench down deep enough so that I've got room to get the trowel or the shovel in there to try to get the limestone in once I've jacked it up. So just to kind of show you guys a little bit of what I'm talking about here, this is the trench. And again, this is gonna run the perimeter of the entire side that I'm trying to lift here. Now, this section over here is going to get a little bit interesting again, just because I have a cedar here. But again, overall, folks, I think we're making really good progress here. So we'll check back in with you in a second. Okay, so as you guys can see, we've got this whole section cleaned out now, which is awesome. But a couple of things I want to show you. If you saw in the time lapse there, you notice the color of the ground change from, you know, earthy topsoil color to basically sand. And if I show you guys what I was actually taking out of here, you'll see it was mostly sand, okay? That's a big part of the reason why these pool decks end up settling the way that they do, is because instead of backfilling this with a proper material and having it compacted, they just use whatever they have left over. I'm assuming they used that sand when they were setting up the bottom of the pool. So that in itself contributes to this thing leaning like crazy. So anyway, that's part of the root cause there. So now that we've got most of that out, now we can start digging our spots to where we're gonna put our jacks in next to start bringing this thing up. So again, just a few things when it comes to the placement of the jacks. I've got 7 of them, okay? When it comes to bottle jacks, you know what? Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, Kijiji, those sorts of resources are your friends, okay? I managed to get some from basically our version of Harbor Freight, Princess Auto here, for a really good price, and then I picked up the rest from Canadian Tire on sale, okay? So I've got 7 of them, okay? The plan is, and I'm gonna just show you guys here, if I take a look at the actual deck itself, you're gonna see I've got these segments here, okay? I've got 6 distinct segments all the way around the pool deck. So my plan is gonna be to place these right in the middle of pretty much every single one of these sections here. So again, the intent there is that I'm able to spread that load out across, across as much of the pool deck as I can. How many bottle jacks you have and how many you wanna use, it's gonna be up to you at the end of the day. Like I said, the more jacks you can use to help spread that load out, the safer your lift is gonna be, okay? All right, so let's get to it. I also have to start bringing the water level up in the pool, because what's going to happen is as I start jacking on the pool deck, it's going to start coming up, but it's going to put pressure against the pool walls. That water is going to help push pressure back against here so we don't run into any issues. Okay, so it's a new day. We've got the trench all cleaned out and I dug the spots and I've got the bottle jacks in place. So as you guys can see here, I've went ahead and I've put some concrete pads underneath there and I've inserted the jacks in each one of the spots down the line here. Now, what I also did was I took the time to put these plates in on the top here, because if you take a look at the top of the bottle jack, there's only a spot about that big, maybe the diameter of a quarter, where you're putting all that pressure against. So these are just the, like an outlet box cover almost, just a little galvanized metal one. I'm not expecting this to do a whole heck of a lot, but it's gonna help to spread that weight out a little bit now. So now that we've got both of these jacks on this side in, I'm going to start by lifting this short end of the pool deck up here. Now, initially I thought, hey, I want to get the big 28 section here completed first. But the challenge with that is if you take a look at where the concrete's cracked here, if I tried lifting this section first, you'll actually see where the crack is. Chance that one of two things is going to happen. Either number one, I'm going to end up lifting this slab with those jacks, and I don't want to do that because that's a lot of stress being put on here, or I'm going to end up cracking this corner over here. Okay, so we're going to start with the little section first. We're going to just jack both sides simultaneously, slowly, paying attention to what's happening to the pool wall, and hopefully we're going to get a nice controlled lift here. Okay, so you and I. So what's going to happen is we're each going to go on the handles. Actually, take your handle, just lift it all the way up like this for now. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to gently push down, try to follow my pace, okay? Okay, so I don't know if the time lapse actually worked, but we were able to raise the pool deck up. So unilaterally, the entire deck lifted probably about 2.5, almost 3 inches, okay? So a few things that I was surprised with. When I did the opposite side of the pool deck, what happened was the deck moved in two independent pieces, and that's what I was anticipating here, just looking at the cracking in my concrete. That wasn't the case. The entire pool deck, all 40 feet worth, lifted as one unanimous slab, okay? So that was a bit harrowing. I'm very happy that I had my wife here to help, especially when it came to jacking up the center section, being able to distribute the weight evenly on the jacks. So now what I'm gonna do here is, I'm gonna try to learn from some of the best practices from my last time that I did this. What I'm gonna do is, you may be wondering what the heck this thing here is for, okay? This is actually a spray foam applicator tip. I picked up one of the Dow Froth Pack 200s. The intent behind that and this piece of PEX pipe that I've put here is to be able to try to inject spray foam right along the wall of the pool. Okay, what I want to try to do is fill that void up as much as I can with spray foam, because when this stuff sets, okay, they use polyurethane spray foam for mud jacking or for lifting concrete as it is, so I know that the compressive strength is there. So that's the plan. We're going to try to inject this stuff all along that leading edge as best as I can reach to fill in that void, and then whatever this doesn't fill, I'll then be able to go ahead and get to with the limestone and the old school board technique to shore it up the rest of the way. Whenever this thing is just left hanging in the air with the jacks and resting on the pool deck, it always makes me nervous. So I feel a lot better being able to get some material under there to help shore it up tonight. So again, just to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about, when it comes to the amount of lift here, okay, we can really put it into perspective when we shine this on here and we take a look down the whole run of the pool. You guys can actually see how much it came up here, which is crazy. Now, what I'll do is I'll shine this in here and hopefully the GoPro will pick it up, but you can actually see the pool wall at the very back there, okay? So that's where I'm gonna try to get that nozzle all the way to the end to start filling up that void. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it works out for us. Just in case you were wondering, this here is the spray foam kit that I picked up. In the States, you guys can get the Dow Froth Pack 200. Here in Canada, we've got the DAP equivalent. You can still get the Dow one, but again, all in all, it's the exact same stuff. So it's a two-part system, as you guys can see here. You also have got the gun with the hose and a bunch of tips, some nitrile gloves, which are very important, and basically all of the stuff that you're going to need to use to make this stuff work effectively here. Alright, so you can already see that spray foam is starting to cure. It's starting to poke out from that void. There was a lot of space there to fill. Now, that kit that I have is good for 200 lineal feet at 1-inch coverage. So if you think about how big the gap is versus how much coverage I had to put under here, yeah, I'm pretty close to putting that kit to capacity. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill in the rest of the void closest to me with quarter down lime. I'm gonna pack it in there really good, but then I'll be able to take it off of the jacks tomorrow, and hopefully this thing's not gonna move at all. I'm gonna make sure I give it a lot of curing time, but I think we're in pretty good shape. Not bad for a weekend's worth of work, guys. Okay, so I've given that spray foam a solid day to cure, all right? So now we're at the point where I've got my wheelbarrow, I have got my limestone, and I'm gonna start packing that mixture underneath whatever's left in that void. That should give me enough strength to make sure that the pool deck is supported as soon as I take the jacks off. So folks, we are in the home stretch. Let's get it done. Okay folks, so we got all that limestone in. I went around with the board, packed everything in, and then I built up a little bit of a footing, and I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. If you can take a look here, all the way along the perimeter of the pool deck, I've packed in wherever the spray foam didn't cover, and then I kind of tramped down this limestone footing here. So the intent behind having that limestone footing there is just to give that little bit extra support. I know it's not going to do a heck of a lot, but having that as well as that little bit of extra coverage there along the void is going to go a long way. So at this point here, now we can take the jacks down. Once those are off, I'll fill in the spots that are left behind here from the jacks that you guys can see, all those voids there. And then we start backfilling and it's a done deal, all right? Folks, if this video was helpful, please consider giving me a subscribe, a like, a thumbs up. It goes a long way to helping out the channel. This was a big project, but I think that being able to see it from start to finish here really can put it into perspective for yourself, and hopefully it's gonna help make the job that much easier for you. All right, take care, folks. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.